What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. Latest chapter of Tenkaichi. Y'all can read the rest. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Chapter 49 dropped, and we finally got the conclusion of Hayashizaki versus Inshun. And before I say anything, we gotta give a round of applause to the creators because, bro, I did not see this fight playing out the way that it did, but in hindsight, I'm glad they did it this way. Inshun versus Hayashizaki was a classic hard work versus talent matchup. Hayashizaki, throughout the course of this fight, we learned, has always been the person that's been behind the eight ball. He's always lacked the talent. So he's had to work hard to hone one particular set of skills to compete with everybody else. And he's been using his experience just building up a tower so that he could reach the gods and prove that hard work can bang with any prodigy. And Inshun, a man blessed by the gods, he was hearing his crossbeard talk to him at such a young age. But he put the spear down. That's where that's how the conclusion of this fight really comes into play. He put the spear down for a little bit. Hayashizaki never stopped training. And what we see is Inshun, he put the spear down because he was scaring all of his other monk friends. They were so scared of him, so he put the spear down because he wanted to try and I guess attempt to build relations. But because he put the spear down, throughout this fight, Hayashizaki's been learning Inshun the whole time. Inshun's just been regaining what he should have had as a child. As a younger child, I should say, because the boy is still a kid. So while Inshun's getting back into his groove, Hayashizaki's just building more block after block. And during the fight, we see that Inshun discovers that, hey, talent alone ain't going to take me this far. Maybe I should actually start training, putting in hard work too. So on top of his talent, then Inshun starts putting in the hard work. And you see semblances of him now building a stone of bricks. And at that moment, I think, oh, Inshun's got this in the bag. If Inshun is born with talent and now he's putting in the work to back up the talent, there's no way Hayashizaki could win. At least that's what I thought until we got to this last chapter. Bro, Hayashizaki, and I guess, well, I can't say spoiler alert because y'all read the title. Hayashizaki pulled off the biggest upset in this tournament we've seen so far. I thought with the whole opening the gates thing, that seems to be the underlying theme here. I thought that was symbolizing that Inshun was going to go further, that he's going to win this, and he's going to keep opening up more gates. I didn't think Inshun was going to win the entire tournament. I don't think either one of these two has the potential to win the entire tournament. But within this fight, I thought it made the most sense for Inshun to win. You know, he has the latent talent. He's putting in the work now. His potential is unlimited. But they made it so that hard work truly pays off. While Inshun was getting back into his innate ability to hear the crossbeard become one with his weapon, Hayashizaki, on top of everything he's already built, all the experiences he's had, he was then learning how Inshun works. And even in the fight, you see he goes, Inshun's reading me 3 steps ahead. Well, if he's 3 steps ahead, I need to be 5 steps ahead. So he starts putting in more data on Inshun so that he can get to those 5 steps. Inshun is now playing checkers. Hayashizaki decided, I'm going to switch and start playing chess. So while Inshun thought, I can finally catch up, Hayashizaki was like, I need to stay above at this point. And that's when we see the final exchange. Inshun goes for a thrust, right? Boom. He uses one hand to extend the length even more. But Hayashizaki, he low-key predicted that too. He pulls out the greatest EI thrust, does that God-suffering slash. I don't exactly know what he calls it. I forgot the name of the move. But he pulls that out, slink, and all we see is just, yeah, blood splatter, no. Even the participants are like, I could barely see that. It happened in such a flash. It was just a blur. Again, shout out to the writers, the creator, for allowing Hayashizaki to pull off this dub. I'm also, and I've said this in every video, I'm a big Masamune Date fan. He is my character whenever I play Samurai Warrior, so I was pulling for Hayashizaki. I thought, story-wise, it made more sense for Inshun, but I am so happy my man got the dub. I think he will for sure lose in round 2. Out of seeing all the other competitors, I don't think Hayashizaki's built to beat anybody else except maybe Hanzo. If he's matched up against Hanzo, I think he could definitely pull out the dub against Hanzo. But anybody else, the ninja lady, Masashi Miyamoto, the God Sword dude who's like the main character but has a sadistic side to him, yeah, no, they're all beating him. But he has hope if he gets matched up against Hanzo. I'll give him that dub. But oh my God. And now we get to move on to the next fight. It feels like we've been watching this fight for a year. I don't know. I think that's the end of round 1. I don't think there's any other. Are there other competitors? No, there is another set of competitors because remember the person Hanzo was fighting was trying to get to the next round to fight that dude's previous student. I don't think we've seen that dude fight. So I think we have one more set of competitors to fight in round one, but then after that, we should be getting to round two. I'm hyped for these round two matchups because every fight in round one has been low key fire up to this point. And for you to make it to round two means you're already the creme de la creme. You have all the top tier elite level warriors fighting each other in round two. That's gonna go banana nuts bonkers crazy bread, bro. I promise y'all it will. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Living in the moment, Hayashizaki. But I think the move was called the Time Splitter or the God Splitter or something like that. The fact that he can do an EI so quick, it makes it seem like time is frozen, and he can pinpoint your weaknesses. Because even in the Inshun fight, he's observing them. They literally go, Hayashizaki's not moving anymore. He's standing still. He stood still. He observed how Inshun moved. All of his points, his muscle fibers, everything twitching, and he found the one weak point and maximized on that weak point, and just cut him in it. My man really did it. Hard work really paid off. This was an S tier hard work versus talent matchup, bro. I don't think I would have been mad at whoever won, but I am so much more happy that Hayashizaki really pulled off this dub. I don't know if Inshun is actually like permadead. Like, it looks like his arm got severed a little bit. I don't know if that's a fatal severance. It's definitely a match ending cause, but I don't know if he's fatally done. It don't seem like that's the super fatal wound. And Inshun's so young in the game too. I think they would make an exception where he's no longer able to compete. Maybe Nobunaga could see the potential of this kid and allow him to like not have to go the perma KO route. But if the boy gone, the boy gone. Hey, it's a fight to the death. May the best warrior win. That's what we all here for. So I will have no sympathy if he's gone, but I think there's potential that he could be saved if they get a doctor out there ASAP. I could be wrong. Maybe it looked like the slash got his arm right here. Actually, you know what? I think it might have went diagonal, and if it did, that's his heart. So he might have got his heart. So that could be a permanent KO. Pictures on one of these sides just to show y'all. I don't know. But yeah, I loved the end of this fight. Just seeing like the polar opposites. Talent versus hard work. And when talent's not enough, you start putting in the hard work. That's exactly what happened. Inshun returned to who he formerly was. Still wasn't enough to bridge the gap and started putting in that hard work. If Inshun would have worked hard, would have put in the hard work a year before this. If he never would have put if he never would have put the cross spear down, I don't think anybody in this tournament could have stopped him. If he was always constantly training and never got scared of what other people thought of him, that boy would have been a monster. Nobody in this tournament could have stopped that man, but unfortunately, he put it down, he stopped honing his skills, and that's the biggest difference maker. A man, Hayashizaki, who's never stopped training versus Inshun, a prodigy, but unfortunately let his skills rust. That's the difference, folks. When you live in feudal Japan, you gotta keep your head on the swivel. It could be left, it could be right, up, down, front, behind. You just gotta stay aware of your surroundings, and you gotta hone your skills to the max so nobody ever catch you lacking. You feel me? That's what it was in this fight. Big shout out to Hayashizaki. That's my dog. Again, I don't think he's gonna win. If I had to pick somebody to win the entire tournament, I don't genuinely know who I would pick right now. Part of me wants to go Musashi only because I was a big fan of Tadakatsu Honda. I think Tadakatsu, and again, this is like a bad match. If Tadakatsu was fighting anybody else, I think he would have bodied anybody else in the competition. Musashi was just a bad matchup for him in round one. He could have beat Hayashizaki. His spear thrust was faster than Hayashizaki's EI. I'm pretty sure he could have beat the Kotora Fuma Ninja chick too. He's physically, I'm pretty sure, stronger than her even with all of her roids. He might not have beat the sword dude who works for Nobunaga's, I think that's his son or maybe his nephew. He might not have beaten him, but I think Tadakatsu Honda could have beat 85% of the competitors. So he's got a bad matchup. So I guess I'm going to root for Musashi to pull off the big fat dub in this. Musashi is shown to have limitless potential. That's what they keyed in on the Tadakatsu Honda fight. So throughout the rest of these fights, if he can continue expanding on that potential, yeah, I think Musashi can take this. That's my tentative pick until I see the last fight. That's my tentative pick right now. But anyways, Tenkaichi, the rest of the title. What did y'all think of this chapter? Inshun versus Hayashizaki drawing to a conclusion. Comment down below. Y'all know I'm in them comments talking with y'all. Uncrowned Kingdom. I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. That's the fire that keeps the kingdom burning safe. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace, bros. Peace, 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 peace.